Here I'm gonna be working with a piece of 1/2 inch MDF. I'm gonna go 2.5 by 5.5, and then again, and we're just gonna connect those two lines. This side is gonna be 5 inches and also this side, so I'm gonna just make it smaller by 1/2 inch. I'm gonna cut it with this saw here, not to be used by children. And then in one of them, for just one piece, we're going to make a hole. And I'm gonna sand it down. Put some wood glue on. And I'm gonna nail it together with the air compressor nailer. I pre-cut the white outside plastic corners. A few pieces of plexiglass that I'm gonna cut with this saw. And stick tiles, and I'm gonna cut it in half and stick them inside of the shower here. I'm gonna glue this on the side with some hot glue, and then put the plexiglass inside, because it has like a gap here like this, and that's where I'm sliding it in. And what I'm gonna do for the door, so you can open and close it, I have those really thin nails from the air nail compressor from the nail gun, and I'm gonna take a piece because they're really thin, so I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna drill a hole from the top and the bottom, and then it's gonna slide right in here. With a really small drill bit right here. plastic cap on. And then this used to be a spoon from the dollar store that I cut here. I'm gonna glue it on inside of the shower. And this one I'm gonna glue on too. This is the end of the spoon. And this one I'm gonna glue on just for the shower head. Gonna use leftover pieces. I have lots of them, and here I have a piece of flooring that I'm gonna be using for the top, and just cut it into any size you would like your sink to be. And usually I go 4.5 to 5 inches up. So after drilling holes on the bottom and the top, I have small air compressor nails because they're really tiny. I'm gonna use them. This piece of wood, I just put 3 sides of the white plastic outside corners on here. And I have a piece of mirror that I cut. I'm gonna put it inside here, and I'll be gluing it on with some hot glue. And now we're gonna put those 2 small nails in. And then if you need to, you can always cut. Just give you the measurements quickly here. So we have 4.5 for the height by 4 inches, and the thickness is 3/4 of an inch, and then the thickness for the top is 1.25 inches. So it looks like this. It goes out a bit. I'm gonna take this piece, put it on, and then I like to give it a little nice gap, so I just put something really thin in here, because when you open, you really want a little gap in between so it opens nicely. And I'm gonna drill really small holes with a small drill bit. And same on the other side. And I'm gonna use really small nails and put one on the top and the bottom through the hole we just drilled. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a plastic chain and with some pliers just gonna cut to make handles. And I'm gonna change it so it will fit after in here. Some silver. I'm gonna paint this lollipop stick. Actually, we're gonna first bend it. Small little bowl and a spoon that I got from the dollar store, and I thought I'll be using that for the sink. Here I'm just gonna be using a piece of white plastic outside corner. Push pins with a round head here. And then here I have some red and blue paint, where I'm just gonna take a toothpick and make a dot. Peel and stick tile. For this one, I'm just gonna glue it on against the wall above the sink. Here I have some wood glue and 4 pieces of 1/2 inch MDF, and all I'm gonna do is glue them all poured together and let them dry. I have a 1/2 inch MDF. Just gonna make a circle in here or an oval. And then I'm gonna cut it out with a jigsaw. And then with a sander like this, I'm gonna sand down the inside. So before I cut this other piece out, I'm gonna sand it down a bit. I'm gonna use a really small drill bit and carefully go through here and the other side. And for the water tank, I'm just gonna use 1/2 inch of MDF. I'm gonna glue this part on with some wood glue. I'm gonna take 2 really small nails